as the match referee, will not allow them any change at this point in time. So I wonder if KKR, because of this initial confusion, are just going to lose their nerve to begin with. They're all professionals on one hand, so it should be okay. But you don't want to be responsible for getting something wrong, which is a fairly easy thing to get in terms of just paper. I mean, for the bowlers, they're not machines. They can get a ball wrong. But to not get your team right or 11 right, that's I would even call it a sin. And KKR guilty of confusing their captain. He's walking there saying, what's my team? You know, and individually too, poor chap. Shreyas Iyer has come back from injury. He's almost always injured because of the curvature of his back. I have a special theory that we'll talk about later. He'll keep injuring his back just because of his anatomy. But to have your captain not in great shape, having come back from an injury, already KKR have a massive problem there. And he mentioned that somehow they won their first match. An indication that they were actually in pretty bad shape several times during that match. But they were very fortunate to get out on top then. Now they're traveling. And as we know, all 9 matches won by the home teams suddenly puts a bit of a question mark on KKR. But they have had the better of the toss, and because of the new pitch there, lots of little crazy paving there, about 3-4 inches apart, you don't want those cracks to crumble. Now, obviously, all home teams, the people who prepare pitches are doing whatever they can to the best of their ability. But pitch making is a very, very difficult art, and I do hope that for 40 overs, there's very little to no crumbling. Otherwise, we might see a low total here. So, theoretically, advantage KKR because they won the toss and have done what they feel like doing. But of course, there are no guarantees.
What caught my ear, what caught my attention rather, what Shreyas Iyer said was, I spoke to her, the curator, and she said, and I was like, curator? A woman? Wow, that's wonderful. That's a first.
Well, why not? I mean, 50% of the world essentially is smarter. And why not a pitch curator? Because it's a lot of grass management, soil management, and so on and so forth. I know that at the Karnataka Golf Association, where I play most of my golf in Bangalore, we have a young girl who has been on occasion in charge of running the course and the greens and golf course management. Well, I'm not suggesting that pitch management is easy, but golf course management is really tough because of the different kinds of grasses and the different kinds of surfaces that you have to prepare on either the fairway or the greens particularly. So we have a greenkeeper who's a lady at the KGA. How about that? Come on, Bangalore!
So yes, you heard it there. For all those who sent in your entries for our competition to predict a toss, well, we'll have the winner to you tomorrow of the contest that we run today. But you can join in the conversation alongside us. 0586861003 is our WhatsApp number. Join in your conversations. Talk to us about what you think of how this series has started, how the IPL is going forward. Who is your favorite team? Who are the players you're watching out for? And we've got the playing 11s for both the sides. So for KKR, we have Phil Salt, the wicketkeeper batter, Venkatesh Iyer, Shreyas Iyer, Rinku Singh, Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell, Ramandeep Singh, Mitchell Stark, Anukul Roy comes in, Harshit Rana and Varun Chakravarti. For RCB, we have Faf du Plessis, Virat Kohli, Rajat Patidar, Glenn Maxwell, Cameron Green, Dinesh Karthik, Anuj Rawat, Alzari Joseph, Mayank Dagar, Mohammad Siraj and Yash Dayal. Obviously, we have the impact players that will be included as well. But this is what we have for RCB and KKR.
Well, for KKR to see Phil Salt in there, very exciting because, of course, he's in there only because somebody was injured. Jason Roy, I think Salt comes in, very exciting talent. He had a decent outing earlier on, so we expect a bit of an onslaught from him when he does bat later on, because they will be fielding first. Also give them that keeping option. So very important player for KKR through the IPL. I don't think he enjoyed a very good IPL earlier, but very exciting talent. Venkatesh Iyer hasn't quite hit his straps yet, but we know that he is pretty punishing with the bat, and on occasion does bring in some medium pace as well. Iyer is the one, to me, to my mind, who's in most trouble, because he hasn't, he only bats really, not going to give himself the ball. And if he doesn't score a big one in the first 3 or 4 matches, suddenly there will be questions, and you might even find that he'll say, sorry, I'm injured, I'm going to sit out. And I, of course, wish him well. I hope that doesn't happen. Sunil, if he opens again, Sunil Narayan, well, it's just a bit of a low percentage punt. He has gotten away once in a while with a decent knock, but all of a sudden, if you're 20 for 1, you know, a couple of forwards and then out, it just sends a funny kind of signal in saying, oh, it didn't quite work, did it? Again. And of course, Russell muscled his way to an incredible innings the first match. They owe him that. And the other one in a little bit of trouble because of just the amount paid and the fact that he is one of the finest bowlers in the world is Mitch Starc. If he doesn't hit the right length today, then a lot of people, you know, their shoulders will droop in KKR saying, oh my goodness, it's not working, is it? So a lot of pressure on Starc as well.
So KKR coming in, winning the toss, electing to field first in match number 10. Royal Challengers Bangalore at home will have the home advantage, but the toss has gone in the favour of the visiting side. And that is KKR. And we were talking about Shreyas Iyer and that he's come back from an injury. And the fact that he will be more at risk because of his anatomy and the way that his back is.
Yeah, well, I don't want to sound like some, you know, anatomical expert or some physio, but he does have this big curve on the lower back, and you can actually see that whenever you want. Everybody, you know, of course, we're on radio here, but when you next see him, do try and see that, and every once in a while, that does load something extra on that lower back, and that's his biggest Achilles heel, the lower back. Talk about different parts of the body. But so I wish him well, of course. And it's just that in T20 cricket and IPL cricket, there is so much intensity. And if you don't dive and slide and do all those fabulous athletic things, then people are saying, well, what's going on here? And he, unfortunately, will have to do a bit of diving and sliding, and that may, as it does to just about everybody, increase the chances of injury. Can we have a quick look, perhaps, if you like, at the RCB team? Because they too have a few people in trouble. Patidar particularly. He hasn't been among the runs, and Glenn Maxwell now has a big hole in terms of 3 and 4. So Faf and Kohli, of course, have done the damage for them in the past, but should they get out cheap, then all of a sudden you're looking at something for 4. So Glenn Maxwell particularly, being their big match winner with the bat, he's actually done well with the ball, but he needs to score a big one today. So if he doesn't get it, then again there'll be murmurs about, oh my God, you know, what do we do? Do we get somebody else? Cam Green's been okay. Karthik, just magnificent, along with Rawat. I think those two have done an incredible job for RCB, winning them a couple of matches, or one match, when maybe that could have been lost. So Dinesh Karthik's continuing form, if I can call it that, has been magical, not playing regular cricket.
They do bat deep, RCB, all the way down till Anuj Rawat. Start number 7, number 6, number 7 is how deep RCB bat. So they will be looking at a huge score again. The past score at the Chinnaswamy Stadium is around 180, 200. So if RCB are able to get over 200, then KKR will go back into the dugout at mid-innings and think, now we are back to score at more than 10 runs and over, right from over number 1. And that's going to be pressure for them.
Oh, without question. I think 200 is the mark where teams do not fancy themselves. 180, they say, well, maybe we consider that as par. That we're 50-50. Come on, we can get this. You know, we may not, but we can get pretty close. 200, the percentage reduces pretty drastically. And every 10 runs thereafter, the percentages get really against the chasing side. It's also a question of how a team gets those runs. If RCB bat first and they score freely in that the ball is coming well onto the bat and there's no real danger in the pitch and nobody plays an outstanding innings, but everybody is sort of, you know, playing a confident innings, then to the side chasing feels, hey, there's no danger in the wicket, we can get those runs, even if it's more than 180. But if 1 or 2 play a really good knock and they lose a number of wickets, for instance, if they are 190 for 7, and only 1 or 2 people have got that big 70 and 60, then you do feel, oh my goodness, you know, I mean, the pitch is playing a few tricks. There are many batsmen who got out cheap. So, you know, there's a psychology to the chase which depends on how the runs at the top are scored. It's not just how many, but how.
How are the runs going to be scored? How are we going to be going on with this game? We're going to have all of those moments shared with you on air. On the live ball-by-ball coverage of the Tata IPL 2024. This is Big 106.2 and Talk 100.3 in the UAE. And on KZMP Fun Asia 104.9 FM HD3 in Dallas in the United States. I hope that our voices are reaching you all the way there. So KKR, they've won the toss. They have elected to bowl first at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Interesting toss to win for KKR, as even the impact players will come in place for both the sides. There is the news coming in from the KKR dugout. Ankrish Raghuvanshi has been handed over the cap, so he will be one of the names in those substitute list for the day today. As we are just inching closer, 15 minutes to the first ball is bowled. And well, we've got with us a very, very special guest. We've got Mr. Anis Sarjan, the Vice Chairman of the Danube Group. And he is also known as Mr. Cricket UAE. So let's get him on. A very, very good evening to you, sir. A very, very good evening to you, Anis sir. All right, we'll just wait on and we'll try and touch base with him once again very quickly, as we would want to hear from his insights too on what he thinks of the game that happened yesterday, Rajasthan and Delhi, and what has happened in today, what will happen today as well. So once again, we will have Mr. Anis Sarjan in very, very shortly, joining in our conversations. You can join in our conversations as well, as we bring you the live ball-by-ball coverage on 0586861003. This is Big 106.2 and Talk 100.3 in the UAE, and on KZMP Fun Asia 104.9 FM HD3 in Dallas in the United States. KKR taking on the Royal Challengers Bangalore. KKR going to be playing their second game in this league. We're 13 minutes away from the first ball. Bangalore are in match number 3, so they've lost one game. They've won one this time in this version of the IPL, alongside KKR, who won that first game. So all the 9 matches that have happened so far, the home team has won, so the advantage home team. But KKR, they've won the toss, and they will be looking to restrict RCB as minimal to the total as possible. Probably 140, 150, maybe even 160, but anything over 200, KKR will have a thought on and gone back in. So 12 minutes apart we are. Venkatesh Iyer speaking in as well, said it's always good to come to the Chinnaswamy Stadium. As always, has been a wonderful crowd. Faf du Plessis mentioned that as well at the toss. And Dinesh Karthik, what a player he's been, and we've been talking about how magnificently he's charged on. Yes, chasing, but now that when he comes on to build up the score, now what is Dinesh Karthik thinking?
Well, there's far less pressure if you're batting first, because if you're chasing and haven't played too much cricket, as we think Dinesh hasn't, or he must be hitting the nets pretty hard, then the mindset's different, because you're not really setting a total at all. If he comes in late and the batsmen before him have done well, then expect another fabulous knock from Dinesh Karthik. The possibility increases. But if the previous players haven't done too well and he comes in to bat, then he too might not want to strike big straight away. So he might want to have to rescue the side a bit. You know, there's a lot of situational awareness that's important in the game. It depends on what time you come in and what the rest of the team has done. If they've been scoring freely, so will he. If they've gotten out early and he comes in, say, 12th, 13th over, then expect what Riyan Parag did, where you start showing some more gears in your game. And of course Dinesh Karthik has them. He's still running very well. He's still very fit, even though he doesn't play too much. And I just think I think people underestimate how difficult it is to come back at the highest level of the game, not having played for a few months. It's just very difficult. And somebody like Dinesh Karthik making it look very easy. We have to praise him, no praise too high, for coming back and showing that kind of form straight away. And we're talking about the best players in the world. You're facing the best bowling in the world. And then to do what Dinesh did, just phenomenal.
So we'll be seeing some of Dinesh Karthik fireworks. But before that, once again, we've got the Vice Chairman of the Danube Group, also known as Mr. Cricket UAE, Mr. Anis Sarjan, with us to join in our conversation. A very, very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Chavi. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir. I can hear you now. I hope you're well.
Very well. I'm to hear you.
Right, sir. So just to give a quick reflection on the game that happened in Jaipur yesterday between the Rajasthan Royals and the Delhi Capitals. Obviously falling short a few runs were the Delhi Capitals. But Rishabh Pant coming in, how big of an impact through the entire series is this going to be?
Well, we've yet to see because somebody is coming back after a very serious accident. We did see a little bit of glimpse in the first two games, but he still has to fire. But if I have to say about yesterday's game, you have to give it to RR bowlers and a special innings of Riyan Parag.
Absolutely. Riyan Parag was fabulous yesterday. 84 of 45 that he scored. And the bowling for Rajasthan Royals was up top on the mark with Avesh Khan bowling that very, very special last over, sir. Were you at the edge of your seats? Because we all were.
Oh, yes. In fact, with the way Stubbs was batting, you felt that, anything would have been possible. But Avesh Khan was spot on. And all his balls were Yorker lengths. He did not give any length balls and any room to any of the batsmen. And that's the reason they won.
Absolutely, sir. So getting on to the game that we've got today, we've got Royal Challengers Bangalore taking on the Kolkata Knight Riders. If I ask you, whose side are you going to be in today?
Well, generally, when Virat Kohli plays, you want to back RCB. But having said that, Bangalore is a good chasing ground. So if you ask me who has the edge, I would go with KKR. And secondly, I don't see the spin firepower in RCB bowling, which is there in KKR.
Sir, Shah Rukh Khan fan as always. So yes, KKR will be on your side.
Well, in one way, definitely I like Shah Rukh Khan, but when it comes to cricket, there's nobody bigger than Virat Kohli for me.
Of course, sir. So, overall, the IPL has started off on a great note. We are in, year 16 of the franchise league cricket in India. What is the overall feel? How do you feel about getting into this new season?
Very good. After that demoralizing loss in the final of the World Cup I'm talking about, which is now 4 months old. But it was very difficult to get back to cricket. But this IPL has woken up.
I'm sure it has. So once again, sir, thank you very much for joining in with us, the Vice Chairman of the Danube Group and Mr. Cricket UAE. As everybody knows you, as always, sir, absolute pleasure to be speaking with you.
Thank you. Good luck, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So yes, that was Anis Sarjan, the Vice Chairman of the Danube Group, and Mr. Cricket UAE, as he is known. We're just a few minutes away, 7 minutes away precisely, before the first ball is bowled. The pitch has been prepared head-to-head in the IPL. 32 matches these two sides have played with each other. Obviously, both KKR and RCB, they've had some domination. We have the red flags being waved through the Chinnaswamy. And we know that RCB comes with a huge fan following. The crowds are coming in big numbers to support the home side.
Yes, Charlie, but just a quick mention about Anis. Good to hear his thoughts. He's following the IPL and all of cricket very, very closely. So thank you for sharing your thoughts with us and for the announcements that you both was there. But yeah, that's a match. We've got now 4 instances, you said, and KKR has massacred. Far less pressure on the side that has done well so far. Weber. New pitch. Everybody's going to be a little confused. A reasonable amount of grass on it, I must admit, in the business area of the pitch. So that's going to be of some concern to the captains. It's been well rolled, yes, and nicely dried. It's been baked all day, but that the little bit of grass always makes the batsman feel, oh, is the ball going to be doing something in the first 3 or 4 overs or so? We'll see. Even though they won the toss, I don't think it's going to be that easy for KKR. They will watch the first 2 or 3 overs, unless they bowl very badly in terms of length of line, and only then go for it. I expect if there's even one ball that rears up or stays low, then you might see a low power play total. Something in the range of 45-50, which is okay as long as there are wickets in hand. So I feel on a new pitch, while being in an away game, of course they'll be bowling first, but if they were batting first and that's why they've decided not to, then there might have been apprehension. But I think even for the home team, on a new pitch, there will be some apprehension because, yeah, KKR have got fine complement of bowlers, and if Stark can work some magic, RCB, watch out.
Very consistent cracks on that strip as we saw the camera roll over it. We've got the playing 11s, the impact subs come in as well. That inclusion that was made from the IPL last year. So Royal Challengers Bangalore taking on the Kolkata Knight Riders as KKR have won the toss. They're going to be bowling first as well. We're just having some technical fixing here, as in the com box, as I was having some sound trouble, but we're all right. Our producer behind the desk today, Mr. Eddie, is just making sure that everything is all right. All good, Mr. Eddie. Thank you for all the support.
I see your dials and they're turned to maximum. What are you deaf for? What's going on here? But be careful with those headphones.
Yeah, I'm just having some trouble, so I'm not able to hear very clearly. So it's
like the old Hindi movies, kya kahi? You know?
Well, that's not the situation for now. We're all good to go. So that's put aside. 4 minutes from the first ball, and we see Ankrish Raghuvanshi in that substitute side. He might get an opportunity today, batting all-rounder.
Well, if he does, I'd be a little surprised because at 18, he's a very, very young man. And he looks like 14, by the way, on his photograph. Judging from what happened to Mapaka. Because when you're that young and if you don't have a good debut, it can set you back 2-3 years. In terms of confidence, in terms of others looking at you and your abilities, people say, no, it's not worth it. Oh, poor chap. I think you should keep him aside. So it's very, very critical when you blood somebody that young to also, my 2 big C's, communicate and counsel, saying that, listen, you're in this match, you do well, great. If you don't, we still think you're good enough and we'll certainly make you play another couple of matches, so don't worry. And then the player goes out and says, with a level of confidence, I'm okay, I belong here.
So we have the live ball-by-ball coverage of the Tata IPL exclusively on Big 106.2 and Talk 100.3 in the UAE, and on KZMP Fun Asia 104.9 FM, HD3 in Dallas in the United States. We're just 3 minutes away from start of play, as both the sides will be taking on. KKR in their huddle already to walk out in the center, as they will be bowling first, and we've got the RCB batters. Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis. The umpires are walking in. The umpires are walking in as well, and we're just minutes away from start of play. It's going to be interesting to see what is going to be the score that the Royal Challengers Bangalore will put up. Will be the 200 plus mark. They will be eyeing very, very carefully. Alongside will be Shreyas Iyer, marching his troops in, taking that on to move in and get to see how this game plans out. So match number 10 in the IPL 2024, minutes away. We will have changes in the voices in the comm-box as well to take you alongside the live ball-by-ball commentary. And we are just going to be on the other side. It's going to be live ball-by-ball action. Don't go anywhere and stay with us.
The biggest names in cricket play in the biggest T20 tournament in the world.
Is it out of the ground? It is!
It's time for action and unforgettable moments that define the game. The Tata IPL, live and exclusive across the Fun Asia network.
Oh, he's got it! What a grab! Oh!
Game on!
Well, the Australian left-arm quick Mitchell Starc, one of the highest paid players in this year's IPL, coming from Terry Hills in New South Wales, where he's just bought a 60 million dirham mansion with his wife Alyssa, who is a wicketkeeper for the Australian team, having played in the WPL, and is now in Bangladesh with the Aussies. He's lining up Mitch Starc. They call him the mop in Australia because he mops up the tail. Quite a different job he's got here tonight, taking the new rock against Virat Kohli. And a packed house Friday night cricket on the IPL here on Big 106.2 and Talk 100.3. And of course our good friends KZMT, Fun Asia 104.9 FM HD3 in Dallas, Texas, as we welcome Neil Odger to the commentary box.
Thank you so much, Kitch. There's a big game there. KKR versus RCB. As we experience what's going to be the home ground advantage for Virat Kohli's men versus the big bucks, Mitch Marsh and Mitch Starc.
Marsh was last night.
Oh yeah, Marsh was last night and was looking so lost.
I've got 100 names wrong. Neil finally gets one wrong.
And of the man who probably broke his bank and a few others to get that 25 crores almost. All right, ball number one and towards the third man. Boundary on first ball.
Boundary and beyond.
Brought to you by Royal Regency by Alseem Developer.
Perfect start here for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Mitchell Starc, the left-hander, is just straying it across the right-handed Kohli. Too easy for him, just using his hands and his gloves to guide it down, and gets a wry smile from Mitchell Starc. Match number 10, we're away. 4 without loss, RCB.
Starc coming in to Virat Kohli, two of the giants of world cricket. Full and driven, but the point fielder will come in and cut the ball. Just be a single there for Virat Kohli.
The one run with Danube Properties. Get your dream home with Danube Properties at 1% per month payment plan.
Now, what a lineup this is for RCB. Kohli, Faf du Plessis have long been stoic at the top order. Then the big hitting Cam Green, old 200 centimetres from Western Australia. Patadar, Maxwell, who's been in pretty ordinary form, even by his own standards, yet to come. So now Faf du Plessis on strike for his first ball. It's a whitish one from Starc, who's going to drive it. There's a quick single, there's a throw at the non-striker's end, but he's home. And they'll pick up the one run.
The one run with Danube Properties. Get your dream home with Danube Properties at 1% per month payment plan.
It's a good toss to win for Kolkata Knight Riders on a surface which is freshly laid. And as Shreyas Iyer won the toss, elected to field first, so did Faf du Plessis after the toss, said that, hey, if we had won the toss, we would have loved to field first too. So pressure on the batting side. Virat Kohli on strike, opening the face of the bat, gliding it towards a deep third. Will be another single. RCB, after that boundary on the first ball, are happy taking those singles and comfortably moving ahead. An opportunity for them to get those 2 points on their home turf. Massive crowd that's turned up. 38,000 people at the Chinnaswamy, and all in dread, all cheering for one man, Virat Kohli.
What a Friday night, eh? Knock off work, get down to the ground. Your man Kohli's got his red shoes on, decked up, and he's taking on the might of Starc, who's in again, short into the body. And it's Faf du Plessis who's on strike, who pushes this back. And it's going to be a dot ball. Well, these are two players, Mitch Starc and Virat Kohli, for near on 10 years. They've been at each other, test matches, one-day World Cups. Whilst we're in a domestic level here in India, I think the competition and those competitive juices are going to be flying just as strong.
undoubtedly. Both are extremely competitive, top of their game. As Stark comes into bowl to Faf du Plessis. Driven straight to the fielder. A perfect drive.
The perfect drive.
With Jitor, drive your future. Aman Herbal Toothpaste, distributed by Jen Bros.
Well, that brings an end to the first over. What a cracker. Royal Challengers Bangalore, 7 without loss.
Power play.
With honourinsurance.ae. We've got you covered.
We're going to have a change in the commentary box, and thanks to all of your messages that have come through on 0586861003 that have all said we want more Chavi. Well, we've listened, and Chavi Butt is now joining us here in commentary. First rule of entertainment, you got to give the fans what they want, and that's what we're doing. Welcome back to the box, Chavi.
Thank you, Kitch. A pleasure as always. 7 for no loss after the first over of the power play.
Now, cricket is a game of statistics. We've got the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They're 7 without loss. And are you 504 now without loss? Is that how many commentary stints you are?
506.
506. We knew that she had the score just at the back like every cricket batsman or batter. They know their average. Second over starts short outside off Kohli. So Faf du Plessis there. He just tries to angle it the same way Kohli was, but he can't get it past that gully, that fifth slip position there, and it's going to be a dot ball for the first over from Harshit. He's fresh into his T20 career, and what an occasion to come in and have to take on RCB at home on a packed Friday night.
Second over in progress, 7 for no loss. Harshit Rana. Mid Stark going away for 7 runs in that first over. A boundary and then 3 singles. So Virat Kohli is on 6 of 4. Faf du Plessis on 1 of 3. As Harshit Rana runs in, bangs this one back of length, opening the face of the bat, has guided this one down towards backward point. And another 1 run gets added to the total.
The 1 run with Danube Properties. Get your dream home with Danube Properties at 1% per month payment plan.
Well, we're having some fun here on the IPL coverage. Last night, great match between the Delhi Capitals and the Rajasthan Royals. And my dad rang me today in the middle of watching the replay highlights. And he was telling me what was going on. He was there saying to me, Mitchell Marsh is in. I said, yeah, I watched it last night, Dad. I'll get back to this story. Third ball over. Faf du Plessis gets a short one from Harshit. He leaves that well. It's going to be called a wide. Was overhead. I was nearly going to call that a super delivery, actually. But no, that's been called a wide. So Harshit throws out the loosener. RCB 9 without loss. Yeah, so Dad was saying to me, I'm watching the game here. Oh, geez, Rajasthan are going well. I'm not sure if Delhi will get the runs. I said, Dad, it's a replay. I said, I called it. He goes, oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah, well, let's see how long Mitch Marsh lasts. I watched it anyway.
Well, your folks enjoying the game all the way?
Always, even though it's football season in Australia. It runs off in the IPL. Short into the body to Faf du Plessis, and he's going to push this one. It's a backward square leg where Mitch Marsh is, and they'll pick up a single.
The 1 run with Danube Properties. Get your dream home with Danube Properties at 1% per month payment plan.
Second over in progress. It's 10 for no loss. Virat Kohli 7 of 5. Faf du Plessis on 1 of 3. KKR winning the toss, electing to field first. Not a bad over this so far with that wide. However, just the 3 runs have come from it so far. Harshit Rana runs in once again to Virat Kohli. Bangs this one short, has pulled this one away and has got it through towards a deep backward square leg. But Rinku Singh, he's on it. Was looking for 2 but will settle just for the 1s. The fielding from KKR has been good. 11 for no loss.
Yeah, they look up for the fight here, KKR. Always tough taking on a home side when there's a packed house like this in for RCB. You've got to be at it. And you can see the applaud there from the teammates. They enjoyed that effort. So far this over, dot 1 is a shoulder wide, over head high wide. 2 singles. So 2 more here to come. Kohli's on 8, Faf du Plessis on 2. 11 without loss. Harshit in, and the ramp shot's attempted by Faf du Plessis. It was wide outside off. It's going to go a long way in the air, and it's just going to go over the rope for a maximum.
Boundary and beyond.
Brought to you by Royal Regency by RCB Developer.
Oh, what a great position he got into. Faf du Plessis was ready for it. Just put a bat at it, used the pace of the ball and let it go over the head of the wicketkeeper. And it does go the distance. Got that elevation right from the center of the bat. 60 meters that hit, just over the ropes on the side of the LED boards. So Harshit Rana runs in once again, and he's attempted this one this time, but will find the hands of Mitch Stark at short fine leg. Has not timed this one well, and KKR, they pick up the first wicket. RCB lose their captain.
How's that?
With Ajman Free Zone, start your business in the UAE for just 5,555 dirhams. Great Wall Motor, a world-renowned SUV and pickup manufacturer, and Haval, LM Exchange. 36 branches spread across the UAE. Jotun Paints, Jotun protects property.
Well, Harshit enjoyed that one, and so he should. The ball before, where Faf du Plessis had attempted the deal scoop, he'd sort of been caught out of position. Harshit had seen him coming. He bowled it extremely wide. And I think just with the field being up, he was sort of lucky. It could have skied, but it got enough on it with these bats to be able to go for 6 and trying it again. He wasn't in position the second time, and the luck didn't follow him. And this time he popped it up easy as you like for Mitchell Stark. No danger of putting that one down. And the Royal Challengers Bangalore have lost their first. Faf du Plessis gone, and they're 17 for 1.
So end of the second over in the power play, 17 for 1.
Power play.
With honourinsurance.ae. We've got you covered.
The current run rate is at 8.50 for RCB. 2 overs gone, 17 for 1.
This Tata IPL exclusive continues on the beat of Bollywood.
Oh, no way!
Big 106.2.
Ball by ball. With
Brook Red Label Tea. Perfect blend for strong taste and color. Al Ras, the #1 auto AC parts dealer in the Middle East. Rexona, 72-hour non-stop protection. Meteora Developers. Step into the world of elevated privileges. Predict and win the golden bat with Buffley Jewelry. To participate, SMS Buffley space team space your name to 4305. This Ramadan, be one of 50 elite owners of the Haval Titanium Edition Joliet or H6. Enjoy 100,000 kilometer service, 6-year warranty and more.
Meteora Developers, step into a world of elevated privileges where your investment not only grows but also brings your family's dreams to life. Dial 800-789 now.
Start your freelancing journey in the UAE with Ajman Free Zone for just 12,121 dirhams, inclusive of visa, Emirates ID, and medical fees.
This IPL, the game is brewing. Remember to enjoy the matches with your favorite cup of Brook Bond Red Label Tea. Perfect blend for strong taste and color.
Enjoy exclusive 10 years or 1 million kilometers warranty plus 3 years free service on all Jetor SUVs. Jetor, exclusively distributed by the elite cars in the UAE.
It's not just a game, it's the Tata IPL.
Take the ball, take the bails off.
The biggest hits on Big 106.2.
Well, Mitchell Stark, he's been clobbered for a 6 over square leg from Virat Kohli, and now he's able to glide one off the pads for a 4. Back-to-back boundaries.
boundary and beyond.
Brought to you by Royal Regency by RCB Developer.
Third over in progress, it's 27 for 1. A bit of an inside edge, Virat Kohli. And he's safe. Exchanging some smiles with Mitch Stark. Great delivery there, however. Runs in once again. This time guides this one off. Past the short third fielder. A bit of a chase for Rinku Singh in the deep, and he does exceptionally well as they pick up a couple of runs added to the total. 29 for 1. Third over in progress. Virat Kohli's on 20 of 10. And the new man in to join Virat Kohli is Cameron Green. Interesting move that.
Yeah, he's been brought up to number 3, maybe because they lost that wicket early. They're looking to bring in Green. While he was one of the highest paid players last season didn't really perform. Now he's with RCB. They're probably looking him to more anchor down against Virat Kohli. But being 200 centimetres, don't expect too many quick singles. Short into the body, and this one's just poked through. It's going to go to square leg. And they'll pick up the single. It's going to go to square leg.
The One Run with Danu Properties. Get your dream home with Danu Properties at 1% per month payment plan.
10.58, that's where the run rate is at. KKR winning the toss and electing to field first. They have been successful in picking up Faf du Plessis very, very early in the innings. One more delivery to be bowled in this third over, then 3 overs to come in the power play. Cam Green on strike. As mid-start runs in. There's a slip in place. Great delivery. Gets an outside head, but past the fielder at short third. The ball is going to race into the fence. It's going to be a boundary.
Boundary and beyond.
Brought to you by Royal Regency by RCB Developer.
Yeah, a bit of luck there for Cameron Green. That outside edge could have easily gone to first slip, but it's gone too wide in that vacant gully area. And it's going to race for 4. You can even see the look on his face when he came down to Virat to say, we'll take it. Boundary's a boundary, and now RCB are ticking along at 11.3 and over. At the end of the third, they're 34 for 1.
Power play.
With honourinsurance.ae. We've got you covered.
So Virat Kohli's on 21 of 11, 2 boundaries and a maximum. Cam Green, 4 of 1, and 1 boundary that he hit. As Harshit Rana comes in for the 4th over. Great delivery, this right on the money, nicely driven by Virat Kohli towards the offside. The fielder there gets a hand at it. Will get a few runs, but that was a perfect drive.
The perfect drive.
With Aban Herbal Toothpaste. Distributed by Danbros. Jitor. Drive your future.
Well, he's looking in supreme touch tonight, Virat Kohli. He's been in good form this tournament. In the previous match, really was a great force for RCB. He made 77 in their last match against the Punjab Kings. Harshit, short and wide. And Kohli drives but slices the wrist to get it over cover. The slide is on. And they'll bring it back to stop the boundary, but I think they'll still get back for 2. Yeah, another 2 runs at it. Kohli moves to 25 and RCB are 38 for 1.
It's a good run in this. It's a great shot, just chipping it over the inner circle. Still the power play on. Only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. 4th over in progress, 38 for 1. Virat Kohli 25 of 13. Cam Green on the other end, just giving able company. The run rate now at 11.40. Harshit Rana, 4 runs in this over so far. Runs in once again to the right-handed Kohli. He's banged this one short. Wanted to pull it, but it's a swing and a miss. Great delivery this from Harshit Rana. It's a super delivery.
Super delivery. Brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
And what do you think, Javi? Will Virat Kohli win his 2nd orange cap this Tata IPL?
Yeah, he would. He would. What do you think?
You're the legend. I ask you the questions. You've played. You've captained an international side. I averaged 7 for the North Sydney Bears C1 days. All right? I mean, I might have won a couple of games coming in at number 9, but as we see Virat, short ball on strike. He pulls, goes down a deep square leg, and they get the throw in. Now, I do remember my first game for the North Sydney Bears. I came in, I had 8 runs off the last 2 balls to win the game, and the guys weren't happy. I said, why aren't you happy you won the game? They said, because you did it, we'll now never hear the end of it.
Well, Henrik Klaasen all the way on top of that orange cap leaderboard with 143 runs. What an innings he played a night ago. Brilliant he was.
Yeah, 277. The highest ever total. And what a chase in reply. You know, Gujarat coming close. Mumbai coming close. Well, I knew I'd get there. There's only other nine teams to get through. This time, Cam Green's on strike. Short back of the length. Drives it to point. There's a misfield. And there's a throw that's come into the stumps. Well, there was hesitation as to whether they should take a second run on the misfield. And big Cam Green, all 200 centimetres, was fully stretched. KKR look all smiles, but I think he may have just been home. The replay's coming in. Kohli was halfway down the pitch. Look, they both ran one. They didn't even get the single because they both went halfway down before having to go back. There was an easy one there.
Oh, it was an easy one. That throw that came in from the cover. 39 for 1. So everything is happening at the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru. Fourth over in progress. Harshit Rana comes in. 5 runs have come in this over so far. Running in to Cam Green, who's on 4 of 2. Has banged this one short, and he's sliced this one over the fielder at short third and the wicket keeper. And this one's gone straight into the fence for 4.
Boundary and beyond.
Brought to you by Royal Regency by RCB Developer.
End of the 4th over in the power play, 43 for 1.
Power play.
With honourinsurance.ae. We've got you covered.
RCB 43 for 1.
Scoreboard.
With Fakhi University Hospital. Call or WhatsApp 04414 4444 or visit fuh.care. This Tata IPL exclusive continues on the beat of Bollywood.
Oh, no way!
Big 106.2.
Ball by ball. With
Meteora Developers. Step into the world of elevated privileges. Brook-born Red Label Tea. Perfect blend for strong taste and color. Al-Ras, the #1 auto AC parts dealer in the Middle East. Rexona, 72-hour non-stop protection. Kalyan Jewelers देते हैं 4-level assurance certificate.
Book your dream home with Daniel Properties with an easy 1% per month payment plan. Get your home fully furnished with 40 plus amenities. Call 800-5757.
Make this Ramadan special for your family with Papa John's special home delivery deals and offers. Order on Papa John's app now.
Al-Seef launches luxury homes. Get your dream home in business pay with a 3-year post handover plan. Call 054-700-672.
Hey bro, what's up?
Damn stressed यार.
क्या हुआ?
Rented a car man and they say deposit refund होने में 30 से 40 दिन लगेंगे.
Have you not heard about self-drive's one-time deposit?
वो क्या है?
बस car return कर and self-drive refunds your deposit the very next day in your self-drive credits. You can then keep on renting different cars on the same deposit you have.
No waiting,
just renting. Download the self-drive app now.
It's not just a game. It's the Tata IPL.
Take the ball, take the bails off.
The biggest hits on Big 106.2.
The live ball-by-ball coverage of the Tata IPL on Big 106.2 and Talk 100.3 in the UAE. And on KZMP Fun Asia 104.9 FM, HD3 in Dallas in the United States. 5th over in progress. It's 44 for 1. 46 for 1. Virat Kohli is on 27. Cam Green on 10. Anukul Roy has been brought into the attack. Back of the length delivery. Nicely driven through the offside. They're looking for a single but will be sent back. But not a bad looking shot from Cam Green. It's a perfect drive.
Drive.
With Jitor. Drive your future. Aman Herbal Toothpaste. Distributed by Dan Bros.
Didn't I say it's going to be hard to run with a batsman that tall like Cam Green? As we see, this time there's more confusion with the run out. Well, Cam Green's backed away. The ball's ricocheted because he's missed it off his back leg. It's gone into the gully area. Kohli wanted the single. It's got halfway down the pitch before Cam Green sent him back. We nearly had a second run out. These two need to have a conversation. Ends the 5th over, and RCB are lucky to be 46 for 1.
Power play.
With honourinsurance.ae. We've got you covered.
So 46 for 1 after 5. Run rate is at 9.20. Partnership worth 29 runs between Cam Green and Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is on 27 of 17. 2 boundaries and a maximum. Cam Green is on 10 of 7. Anukul Roy could over that. Virat Kohli is a very busy customer. He's always looking for runs, always looking for the singles. Couldn't get much. The live forecast at the run rate will take RCB way over 180. But it's that 200 mark that they're eyeing for. And with that, we have a change in the voice in the com box as Lachlan Kitchen takes a break. Joining me is Charu Sharma. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Charvi. Gosh, you've been hard working today. You've been there right for over an hour now, but just back to the match. Yeah, RCB, they've gotten a little bit of trouble with their running. Luckily, they've made it back. So apart from that, of course, they've lost Faf du Plessis, their skipper. Always unhappy to lose your skipper, and that too a little early. Went off to an innovative shot. But I must say, overall, 47 for 1, 5.1. RCB have started magnificently, and there's no devil in this pitch, which is really good news for all those batting.
Nice looking drive that comes off Cam Green's willow. Sunil Narayan in. This is his 500th T20 game. Sunil Narayan. So he comes into bowl to the tall Cam Green. Tossed up delivery. Pushed away towards the offside. The fielding from KKR has been on point. It's going to be another dot delivery.
Yeah, I think KKR, just like every other team, doing their very best in the field. It's just that a lot of those edges and other shots, particularly the offside, pierce the gap. And that's why RCB have started out in great fashion. This one coming in a bit, and Cam Green lashes out of it. I think he wanted to hit it towards mid-wicket, but goes behind square, so not what he intended. It's another boundary for RCB.
Boundary and beyond. Brought to you by Royal Regency by Alseem Developer.
With that boundary, the 50 comes up for the Royal Challengers Bengaluru in the 6th over. 51 for 1, and that in the game is going to account for a cool moment.
Cool moments with Igloo Ice Cream, UAE's #1 and your favorite ice cream.
A good land delivery from Sunil Narayan and Cam Green. A good-looking drive to the offside through cover. This one is going to go and kiss the fence for 4.
Boundary and beyond. Brought to you by Royal Regency by Alseem Developer.
Sunil Narayan just a shade too short, allowing Cam Green, and remember he's a tall man, to sit on his back foot and punch that through the covers. Needs to up his length a bit, Sunil Narayan, if he's to trick Cam Green. Last ball of the over. And of course, if you do that, there's always a danger. He stepped away, hit it over long on for 6.
Boundary and beyond. Brought to you by Royal Regency by Alseem Developer.
15 runs coming from that Sunil Narayan over. The final one in the power play. So 6 overs gone in the power play. 61 for 1.
Power play with honorinsurance.ae. We've got you covered.
So, well, that's the end of the power play. Last 5 overs, 54 runs have come on board. Yes, Faf du Plessis losing that wicket. But both Virat Kohli and Cam Green have done well, putting 44 runs together in that power play. 10.16 is the run rate. 6 overs gone, 61 for 1, and we are in a strategic timeout.
This Tata IPL exclusive continues on the beat of Bollywood.
No way!
Big 106.2.
Bull by bull with Alras, the #1 auto AC parts dealer in the Middle East. Rexona, 72-hour non-stop protection. Meteora Developers, step into the world of elevated privileges. Brook Bond Red Label Tea, perfect blend for strong taste and color. This Ramadan, refresh your home walls with 2024's trendiest colors by Jotun's latest collection called Canvas. Visit Jotun's store or call 800 Jotun. LM Exchange. With 36 branches across UAE and over 50 years of trust, send money to your loved ones safe and fast. Call 800 LM.
Meteora Developers, step into a world of elevator privileges where your investment not only grows but also brings your family's dreams to life. Dial 800-789 now.
This IPL, the game is